I really thank God for this wonderful time. First of all, I thank you for this wonderful platform and giving me a chance to share to the world. Beginning with myself, I'm called Bishop Dixon Juma Mkosi. I am the founder of Zion, the Mountain of Deliverance Churches International, here in Kenya, East Africa. And I am a man of prayer. I live what I've written, or the book I've written, is not all about fiction, but I've written something.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Up Close and Personal with Angela on behalf of Aspiring Authors Magazine. For those that do not know who I am author Angela Thomas. I am the founder of AAALAC, the African American Author Literacy Awareness Campaign, and I am the CEO of Aspiring Authors Magazine. My whole desire is to bridge the gap between brown authors all over this world and to touch on topics that's affecting our brown community. I am super honored to be sharing these amazing authors and entrepreneurs from around the world as they share their brands with you guys. So I want you to take this opportunity to share this in your circle of influence because you never know who may need what we're sharing on today. I tell you, I have an amazing guest that's stopping by to share with us. While I bring my guest up, I want you to take this opportunity to share this in your circle of influence. Again, we are here to educate, empower, and encourage you. So, without further ado, I want to move out the way and allow my special guest to come forward and share just a little bit about herself and her brand. Welcome, 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 welcome. How are you
Hi, Miss
today?
Angela. I think this is my third time with you, which is awesome.
Yes, 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 yes. I tell you, it is truly an amazing opportunity to be able to share your brand and to share the amazing things that you're doing and how you are in trying to impact the world. I tell you, you're definitely a trailblazing in what you're doing. So I am super honored to have you back yet again to catch up on what you're doing and how you are impacting. So if you would share just a little bit about yourself for those that may not know who you are. Um, give a little overview of who Winter Aiken is.
First, thank you for having me again. I think, yeah, this is my third time with you, and luckily, every time I come back, I'm able to share something new that's happened over the course of the last time I spoke to you. So I'm Winter Aiken. I am a writer. I am a self-published magazine editor for RGP Muse magazine. I am now I'm a website and social media content creator and editor for Rahway Girls Publishing that I exist with my mom and my sister. And yeah, I'm just here to, well, actually no. Now that I have found my purpose, which is to share stories of people, from all over for whatever background, creative background that they have now. Now that I have that purpose, now that I know, what I'm here to do, I can definitely say the journey has been nerve-wracking, exciting, and I'm definitely looking forward to what else I can put out into the world and share with people as well.
Wow. Wow. That is amazing. Please, I want you to share a little bit about your magazine, if you would. She has an amazing magazine, has had the opportunity to be featured in that magazine. I just want to give a little plug if you guys have not had the opportunity to connect with her and get featured inside of this magazine. I want you guys to make sure that you stick around and get her contact information so that you can connect with her because it is an amazing opportunity. Amazing feature you did on me. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank
Amazing.
you.
Please.
I actually have the magazines, all 4 issues that are currently out right now. I thought I would share them with your uh, viewers real quick, and this is the one that you were featured in. And one of your stories was actually one of my personal favorites. So I do have to sincerely thank you for being a part of this, being a part of my journey, having me on your platform to share this. You have no idea how deeply grateful I am to you. And with RGP Muse magazine, um, I believe I said this before, but it really started on a whim. It was literally just like a 3 a.m. on a Friday night. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do post graduation, and and I was up all night, and I was just like, you know what? Let me just start something here. So back at that time, I had my blog, which I still have, but RGP Tribune, and I had did a feature on a good friend of mine named Perry Brody. He is a musician, and his feature was already on the blog at the time. So when I had the idea of the magazine in mind, I was just like, you know what? Let me just uh, see what I can create here. And that is basically how RGP Muse magazine came about. Starting his feature into the magazine, and I created his layout, and it went from there. And I actually have the first issue here, which is awesome. um, and now I'm four issues available now, and I'm just starting my fifth issue, and I'm already getting features for my sixth issue and possibly my seventh issue. So that saying where divine timing, is it truly is divine timing. I really hope that creatives that are possibly were possibly in the same situation as I was, not sure what they wanted to do in life, not sure, what their purpose really is. I truly do hope that, that thought or, that moment will hit them and be like, okay, I can sit down and I can do this. I can create this. I can share this and let it progress to where it is. I did not think I would be 4 issues in available, and I did not think I would be 5 issues. Am I considered official? I don't know. But it truly is a blessing in disguise for me. And just the incredible artists and entrepreneurs and you, Miss Angela, and all these different people with these different platforms that I'm able to meet and getting inspiration from, because that's where the muse comes from in my magazine. The muse, the people I meet all the time, I'm constantly absorbing their positive energy, and being able to take a little bit of them into myself and be able to create every single issue with love and care and dedication. So I definitely have to thank everybody that I've met so far and continue to meet, because without them I would not have this magazine.
Wow. You touched on a lot of things just then, um, that really have been touching home with me. And just the power of connection, the power of partnering, collaborating, just coming together and understanding that it's truly not about us individually, but it's
Mm-hmm.
about the kingdom. And you got it, because you didn't sit down on your gift. And that's something that I try to push on my platform, to try to get people to understand that they have purpose, and that if they only try, you'll never know what you can do unless you try. We never a lot of people never truly walk in their full potential or their full purpose because of fear. And
Mm-hmm.
we have to not continue to walk in fear and understand that he's given us power. I keep having to go back to scripture, because that's what my belief system is built around. And I just go back to Genesis 2:7. He said he breathed the breath of life into us. He don't have to perform CPR on us every morning to wake us up, because when he said it was done, it was done. We wake up every morning on grace and mercy. He extended to us one more time, giving us a chance to get it right, giving us a chance to educate, empower, and impact lives around the world. And I tell you, you are definitely doing that. You're definitely not only doing it for yourself, but you are opening the doors for a lot of other people, giving other people a platform. What started out as just a blog or just a thought on a Friday night, who would have thought? You are impacting lives around the world, and I'm super super honored to be connected with you. Um, wow, we have had some difficult technical difficulties, and she's dropped off. And y'all know that that is normal over here on this platform. Sometimes we have technical difficulties, but we don't stop. We press. I know she will be back, because she's a fighter, and she don't give up. She pushes. So we're gonna push through this, and we'll be right back in just a second. I'm gonna play this other clip, y'all. I want y'all to understand the power of collaborating, the power of connection. I've had individuals that's come on the platform, and while they've been on the platform, they've taken the opportunity to share and to let other people know how appreciative they are of the platform. But I don't take none of the credit, because it's not by anything that I do, but it's only by His grace and His mercy that I'm able to do the things that I'm able to do, because I don't have no power. I'm powerless without Him. But I want y'all to hear this testimony that came from Dr. Carolyn Stevens.
Confirmation. So this is so important. And Queen, I want to honor you in saying this. The thing I noticed about a lot of the projects that you do, you make them so cost effective that anybody can be a part. And you're very intentional about providing people with a platform that they don't have an excuse of saying, I just don't have the money. And I love that, and I treasure that about you, because I know that there may be people who may criticize your technique and the way that you do what you do, because they're looking at the millions. But you have somehow come to the revelation of knowing, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. And the reason why I honor you, because that's not an easy walk. We all need money, and that's not an easy walk. But to say yes to God, that I will still make things affordable no matter what people say, no matter how it challenges you. You cannot tell me that the God that you and I serve will not honor the fact that if you put him first, if you put his people first, if you're not money hungry or a people pleaser, but you will do what you do unto the Lord, looking for nothing in return, you cannot tell me that there is not a treasure that is open for you that does not come from people. That's the reason why you can do what you do.
And I thank Dr. Carolyn Stevens for that amazing testimony and sharing what was placed on her heart. I tell you, it is truly an honor and a privilege to be able to collaborate and to partner and to come together. It's nothing like being able to uplift our sisters and our brothers. That's a scripture over in, I think it's Philippians, that says that we shouldn't always pray on the things for ourselves, but we should pray on the things of others. That we should try to pour into others. Try to, those things that you are believing and trusting God to move in your life for. If you try to do those things in somebody else's life, see what God will do for you. If you know that you need resources, and you know that you have this resource here and you can utilize this resource and share it with somebody else, stop sitting on it and share it, because you don't know what the next person may be in need of. And that's why I utilize my platforms the way that I utilize my platforms, because I want people to know that there's power in collaborating. There's power in partner. There's power in coming together. There's power in the village, and we got to get that village mentality back. We got to get that village mentality back, y'all. Where did it go? Why are we always in competition with one another? That season is over. That season is over. It's time that we come together and support like true brothers and sisters. We're doing over here. 122 authors around the world. We are sharing our brands, giving you an opportunity to showcase exactly who you are. So again, I thank Dr. Carolyn Stevens for that amazing testimony that was shared via video, and Bishop Dickinson, whose video testimony was shared at the beginning. We have our guests back. Y'all know technical difficulties don't stop us over here because they come all the time. Because y'all know that is nothing but the work of the enemy. Because if we was on here doing something foolish, and if we was on here playing and kiki and ha-ha, then we wouldn't have no problem with screens. But as long as we're on here trying to do something that's building of the kingdom, and we're showing unity, and we're showing that we can work together, it's always a problem. But y'all know we press, and that's what we do. So my guest is back. So I'm going to move out the way so that she can continue to share, so that you can get to know her. For those that do not know her, because I know I have some new followers since the last time she was on. And I want you guys to really get to know her and utilize some of the resources that she have available over on her platform. So I'm going to bring her back up.
Hi, I'm so sorry. Internet connection is terrible. But
It's always, look, everybody that follow my platform know that always is an issue when, and people have to understand too, when you're doing something powerful, and you're doing something impactful, the enemy always try to come, and that's the only way right now that he's able to affect you is through the internet, because he can't touch you. He can't touch you. He can't touch you in nothing physically around you, because of the anointing that God has on your life right now. So this is the only way that he can mess. This is the only way. See, he can't touch me either. And the only way is through this internet. So we let him have his little piece, but he done with, because it's over with. You back, and we just keep on. This is what we do over here. People understand that you have power, and you have power not only to walk in purpose, but you have power to speak, and to see those things manifest and materialize in your life. The word over in Proverbs, see, I ain't no theologian, I don't walk in no office or nothing. I just know from my experience and the things that I've been through that I can be able to share. But I know that he don't bring you to nothing that he won't see you through. See, he brought us here today. See, let me tell you something. See, I've been having internet problems. See, we don't had to switch from one internet service, and I'm not even home. I'm at my godmom's house in Atlanta. And we've had to switch from one internet service to the other internet service, because for the whole time I've been here, internet just been buffering. And this is what I do. And my mom was like, no, we can't have this, because this is what you do. And you come here, I want you to be able to work when you here. So we switched internet services, but how about the cable want to act up today? So now how about my mom on the phone with AT&T right now, trying to get these TVs fixed out, because we just had new services installed on yesterday. We fixed the cable, we fixed the internet, and telephone services over from Infinity to AT&T on yesterday. So trust me, I know those issues. But guess what? Guess what we do? We smile, we fix that crown, and we keep on pressing. That's what we do. You didn't look. We didn't get here by coincidence. We here on divine connection and on a divine assignment. So please continue.
Thank you. But no, when you I wanted to say before it got cut off. When you mentioned the scripture and divine timing and things like that, I actually wanted to bring up a fine point with creativity block. I don't know if you've ever personally experienced that, or maybe any of your viewers have experienced that, but I was actually swimming in that for the last couple of months. And, it just really seems like, I'm sorry. But yeah, it just, creative block is really a thing. And it's just a deep force that just basically just stops you in your path of wanting to create. And maybe it was God telling me, okay, you finally reached a high point, you finally reached where you want to be, so maybe it's time for you to like just relax and just enjoy what you have, and not rush like I feel like I was doing before, rushing into something that just had to come at its own pace. And but yeah, I really want to ask you, Miss Angela, if you ever experienced creative block, because it really is like a deep thing. It really stops you in your path of creating, and just it's a very sad feeling.
And yes, and I think we all go through it in one way, shape, or form, whether it's a big block or a small block,
Mm,
or whatever the case may be. We all experience it at some point in our lives. And yeah, I have experienced it. I'm not exempt from it. Look, I put on my pants the same way you do. So I go through the same. Look, we all, whether we speak on it or not, trust me,
mm,
a lot of the same things that you go through, trust me, a lot of us go through it too.
mm,
And we just have different levels of going through stuff. We may not experience it at a deeper level as somebody else, but
mm,
just to show as it is, just to show us every scripture is in that Bible, every word is in that Bible, just as they experienced all those things in those days, we experiencing just what they experienced.
mm,
We're experiencing nothing that they ain't experienced already, but they made a way for us.
mm.
And guess what? We experience it in a different way. So now guess what? We're making a way for those that are coming after us.
That's true. It really,
So
once you finally reach that
how did you
level of
deal with this? How did you deal with this? Because I want to share with you. This is how I deal. This is how I
mhm,
deal with when I feel like, because
mhm,
every time we feel like we may be inadequate, or we may not be standing up to a standard, or we may not be doing whatever, then we seek God to see if that's what He say. Huh.
mhm.
Because sometimes we put more on us than He don't said that we had than He is expecting of us. Because
That's true.
sometimes we be,
Mhm,
yeah, we be like, I try to be a perfectionist, and that can be hard sometimes, because
me too.
everybody everybody is not Angela. Everybody is not Winter. So what
Mhm,
is perfect in my eyes is definitely not perfect in the next person's eye.
mhm.
It
We are
may
our
not
own
be
worst
perfect.
critic.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Exactly. I
Yes.
mean, you touched on some good things today, some things that people really needed to hear. And this is why I love having these various platforms and having these opportunities to allow people to come on, because I want people to understand that, even though you see us doing these things, you see us out here in these social media streets doing whatever
Mm,
we're doing, whatever we're walking in, whatever lane we're in. We're just trying to do what He's called us to do. We're just trying to I'm just trying to catch up with my destiny, because Jeremiah 29:11 said He got a plan for me. The
mm,
prosper me, for me to be in good health, for me to have hope in the future. So when He said it was done, it was already done. So that plan is already out here. That breath that He breathed in us, He's in us. Everything
mm,
that we need is already in us. So sometimes we got to sit back and say, okay, well, Lord, show me. Because sometimes we expecting too much of ourselves, when if we just ask Him to show us, He'll show us. And not only that, He'll send the people that we need. He'll align us. See,
mm,
on Monday, I do a Monday morning motivational show, and I talked about the word release. And in that word release, He dropped it in my spirit. And it was time for us to reset. And sometimes when you reset, we think we got to start all over. We got to start from the bottom and just no. When he say reset, sometimes we just got to sit back. Sometimes he just wants you to stop where you are, sit back, and just look at how did you get here,
Mm.
and then you can go on. You can restart, and that's how you get your reset. You get that second win to go on because now it's time. He wants us to evolve, level up, go to the next level because yeah, we've been at this level before. We've been here for a while. Some of us been in this place for a minute. He want to take us higher. It's time to level up. So how do we level up? We got to align. We got to align with purpose. We got to align with Jeremiah 29:11. We got to align with Genesis 2:7. We got to align with those gifts and those talents that's on the inside. And that's all you did was align with those gifts and those talents. When you thought you was blocked, you weren't blocked. You just had to sit back. You just had to reset for a minute so that you
Mm.
can allow yourself to evolve, so that you can level up. And while you was going through, you was thinking about some things. You was processing some things.
Mm.
And then where you thought, well, maybe you had arrived, sometimes our ego sometimes get in the way. And we have to say, hey, let it go, 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 because we ain't got no room for you. We ain't got no room. And it's okay. Because sometimes when we start doing good and we start getting praise, sometimes the enemy will use that. And you thinking it's good, but he'll use that to pull you away. Because we moving in we spiritual people. And he'll get in that flesh. He use that ego because ego is a fleshly thing. He'll get in
Mhm.
that flesh and it'll keep you from aligning with the word of God. Like for real. It'll keep you from aligning so that you can't serve because we're called
Mm.
to serve. And then we have to serve in excellence. See, we wonder why sometimes we can't move the way we want to move. We're not moving in excellence because we're not aligned. So somebody needed to release today. Somebody need to let go, and they needed to let God. He said release, reset, evolve, level up, ego, align, serve in excellence, and enough.
No, I definitely agree because during that time I was definitely questioning, am I inspiring people? In what I doing? Yeah, basically questioning myself, basically questioning, why am I here? Why am I doing this? One of my biggest fears with this is, am I enough of an inspiration to maybe encourage someone else to do the same thing? That might be like a heavy, a heavy weight that a lot of creators probably put on themselves. But I really do hope that these issues will give another creative, another entrepreneur, author, dancer. Like I met a dancer through this platform, Daphne Lee from Harlem, and I met like a tea herbalist from here, based out of New Jersey for the first time. And I really hope that RGP Muse Magazine and Raw Girls Publishing, they both platforms will inspire and encourage. And I just hope I'm doing something right. I'm hope I am enough where someone else, depending whatever creative background that they have, they have the opportunity and to be further than what they are through my platforms, and gain the recognition that they deserve, and have people come to them and be like, oh, I want to work with you. I've seen you in RGP Muse Magazine. I want to work with you, and things like that. I really do hope every day that my platform is just enough to open that door for somebody else, just the way other people that I look up to and I admire open the door for me, in this sense. So these platforms are truly blessings in disguise. I think internet connection happens, but or misconnection rather. But through these platforms, it really is a blessing. And like you said, Ms. Angela, connection is everything. especially within our community, in order to get far. I think, having each other and, gaining inspiration from each other is truly, truly meaningful. And, for me, I do hope that I am enough in this tight knit creative community that we all share.
Amen. Amen. And I pray that you are. Know that you are more than enough. Because He made you fearfully and wonderfully in His image. Um, so know that. Um, and just remind yourself that. Sometimes we have to remind ourselves of the word. You know,
I
we
think
have to,
we sometimes forget that we have to give each other, not just each other, but ourselves a little bit of grace. That what you're accomplishing is a lot. What you're doing, someone else may not be able to do in the full strength and full energy that you give it. I think grace goes a long way, especially in this type of field, in this industry, and it definitely goes a long way. And I think we're all creatives, entrepreneurs, writers, authors. Whatever you do, I think you're, as long as you give yourself that grace, you're able to touch people in many different ways. And I hope I'm doing the same way, no matter how small. I'm still a small platform. I'm growing and evolving every day, but I hope that no matter how small, it means something.
yeah, exactly. It does not matter how small. Numbers is it's just numbers. It's just
Mhm.
that. If you
Mhm.
impact one life, I feel like if I impact one life, then I've done what He's called and purposed me to do. Because that one life could turn into a million lives being impacted by that one life.
Mhm.
So just never downplay what you're doing, because what you're doing is amazing. And you're not just, you know, walking in purpose, like I say, because you're walking in purpose, but you are allowing other people the opportunity to share and to see things from your perspective. And
Mhm.
I tell you, again, there's power in connecting, power in collaborating. I have a guy that's on right now. He posted, oddly enough, my issue is exactly opposite. He said in that I have an issue with not being able to get all the ideas out of my head and onto the computer. What advice would you give to this guy on today?
I've actually been there. I am constantly a bubble of ideas. Um, it is very I will admit it does get a lot. Honestly, for someone that just wasn't sure of what she should do, I say just go for it. Honestly, put those ideas down on paper, journal it, type it up. The hardest part is starting something. The hardest part is putting it down on paper. The hardest part is talking to that person that may get you in the door somewhere. The hardest part is always starting. So I definitely suggest, no matter what your thoughts are telling you, put it down on paper. You don't know what it evolved to. I think of creativity, and I think of my craft as a blossoming flower, right? It starts out very small, and then it blooms into like a rose or a lily, or whatever the case may be. um so I highly suggest you just put it down on paper. You don't know what it will turn into unless you actually do it. Don't stop yourself from possibly changing not only your life but somebody else's from your gift. So, but yeah, I definitely suggest just put it down. It may be one word. It might be a title of a book. It might be, the plot to an epic fantasy novel or a romance, or, a picture that goes along with your magazine that you possibly will make. Yeah, the hardest part is always starting, and I suggest just put it down. You don't know what it'll turn into.
Right. And that one thing that you think that nobody wants to hear or nobody
Mm.
wants to see, that may be the very thing that somebody wants to hear and see. I just had
Mhm.
a young lady that I interviewed, part of 122 authors. Um, And that's what she shared. She does Christian sci-fi,
Oh.
and you don't hear that. And she was discouraged. She didn't want to do it, and her dad said, do it. Now she has 12 book series that she's working on. Um, and people have been intrigued. You know, you never know what people want or desire or need, because
Mhm.
again, we've been in the midst of the pandemic. You know, people perspectives have changed.
Mhm.
How people see life and how people look at life are totally different from post pandemic.
Mhm.
Even during the pandemic, some people were changing up some things. But now that we're out of the pandemic and still yet facing other things, because things are still going to come. As long as we live, people have to understand that this pandemic, it may have a different name, but it's not been here before. It's
Mhm.
something like this happened
And
before us,
it'll still
and
be here.
before it's gonna
Yeah.
happen again and again and again and again.
Mhm.
But we have to continue to press. We have to continue to try to do the things that He has purposed us to do. So that again, we got to find out what it is that we're supposed to be doing. We got to get these things out. Who would have thought this little country girl from Levelland, South Carolina? Levelland, South Carolina. People say Neverland. I say no. It's called Level Land. They like, well, where is that? It's in between Abbeville and Anderson County. It's a little small place, and everybody on my street is either my first cousin or my second cousin. Small family knit. Who would have thought? I would have been doing podcasting. I host 3 podcast shows. Who would have thought? I have a international magazine. Writers from all different walks of life, from different countries. Who would have thought? When I first created my magazine, young lady out of Africa that I never met before a day in my life helped me create my magazine. It was like God dropped her out of the sky. She I was just in the right place at the right time, because her mom said she just graduated. Like you had graduated and you didn't know what
Mhm.
you was gonna do. Her mom volunteered her. She said, my daughter will do it. And she called me and we had one conversation, and she brought my magazine to life. And she allowed me to take over my magazine and me to keep it going.
Mhm.
That was truly a blessing, because for years I had been asking people right here in the States that I wanted to do a magazine, and asking people to help me, and nobody would help me. I saw people after people starting magazines and doing other stuff, and then one person that I asked started doing master classes and started teaching people how to do digital magazines, but never volunteered their services to me. But as soon as I launched my own magazine, they came to me and asked me to show them how to do printed copies. But you wouldn't even show me how to do digital copies. Why do we do that? Why do we do that? I had to go all the way across the seas to get somebody to tap into me. And I said I would not be that person. I would not be that person. So that's why I open my platforms openly, because I want people to understand that you have a voice and you
Mhm.
have an opportunity to use your voice and to use your gifts and your talents. Because if you don't use them, you're not sitting down on me. You're not sitting down on Winter. You're not sitting down on these other people with platforms for you to utilize. You're sitting down on
Mhm.
God, because He gave you that gift. We didn't give you that gift. We didn't give you that talent. And if you don't
Mhm.
use it, guess what? You will lose it. And guess what? You was given that gift and that talent to impact lives. You was not given that gift and talent to sit down. He gave you that gift and talent to impact life, because guess what? He said He would make room for your gift. We want to prosper. How do we think we gonna prosper if we not if we not if we not doing something to prosper? Sitting still and not doing anything is not gonna prosper. Faith without works is dead.
All
Are
it
you
takes is
ready?
that one leap of faith. Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Mhm.
So
And
this
all that takes, all
replay,
it usually takes, like you said, Ms. Jen, is that one person that
that one
believes in
thing.
you and believes in what you want to do. And yeah, it all it
And
takes is
if
that
you
one
just
leap of
get
faith.
down in your spirit, if you just get
Yes.
down in your spirit that you can do this, and
Mm.
even if you fail, You have to understand that the word say the righteous man falls 7 times. How did he fall 7 times? How can he fall 7 times if he never picked himself up? If he never picked himself up, dusted himself off, and carried on, he would have failed 7 times. See, he had to pick himself up. So somebody needed to hear that today. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and go on. It's okay. Because let me tell you, you're looking at somebody that's been through domestic violence. I've been through domestic violence. I've been suicide attempt survivor. You name it, I've been through it. And I'm sure, Winter, you probably been through some things too. But yet we stand.
Mm-hmm.
Yet we press. Yet we're still given the opportunity. So I thank you on today for being an inspiration. Winter, how old are you?
I'm 26.
26. She's a young adult. That is definitely, that's why I can say she's paving the way for many to come after her. She may not think that she's a trailblazer because you may not be the first one that has done a magazine, but you're the first one that has done a magazine with your vision that he's given you. So you are a trailblazer in your own rights. So never downplay that.
Thank you.
Never downplay that. And it's nothing little about what you're doing. There's nothing little about what you're doing at all, because you have a platform that is impacting lives. You're giving so many people the opportunity. You're giving them an opportunity to share their brands, to share their message, to share what it is that they're doing. You could have been about yourself. You could have been focused on yourself, but yet you are focused on the kingdom and building other kingdom and allowing other people to be expressive and to share their perspectives and their thoughts. Nothing but God. And you are a trailblazer. 25 years young. You are doing some amazing things. And today I'm super proud of you.
Oh, thank you, Miss Angela.
I want you to share with the listeners how they can follow you, how they can support you, how they can get your magazines, how they can connect with you and some of the things that you're doing. And if you have some things that are coming up, please share those things that are coming up and truly how we can support your brand.
Okay. Well, I am Winter Aiken through Facebook, and I now run Raleigh Girls Publishing. So you can contact me via Facebook and Instagram at Raleigh Girls. You can also send me a message through RaleighGirlsPublishing.com. And my magazines, all 4 issues that are currently available, are available through Raleigh Girls Publishing / Winter and through ISSUU.com, where you can purchase a physical copy and also download a PDF. And like I said before, I'm blessed to be able to start my 5th issue and start a 6th issue and possibly a 7th issue. I definitely want to thank all the people I've met so far, including you, Miss Angela, who featured in my 4th issue right here. And it's truly been an amazing journey so far. Once my 5th issue comes out and possibly my 6th, depending on when it does, I definitely want to host a dinner, which I hope, Miss Angela, you will attend, because it's basically my thanks for not only featuring but just inspiring me and pushing me and motivating me to continue on with this magazine. I hope to see all of you there. Just look forward to the 5th issue, 6th issue, 7th issue, and once I get to 10, you may not be able to tell me anything, no. But no, I just hope that God allows me to continue with what I'm doing, and I am truly thankful, truly blessed, and highly grateful for this opportunity. And thank you, Miss Angela, for having me on here. And I hope that what I'm doing can grant a door and a helping hand to other creatives, entrepreneurs, authors, poets, dancers, tea herbalists, whatever your platform is. I hope that mine is a helping hand to you in any way that I can, because I will promote you I will make sure that, someone sees who you are and comes away with, a deep, inspiring message from the story that you tell.
I tell you, that is truly a blessing. That is truly, truly a blessing. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. And I definitely hope that the people will reach out and connect with you, because you definitely do an amazing job at highlighting and showcasing individuals. I have seen your magazine. I've taken a look at it. Like I said, I enjoyed the feature that you did on me. I think it was amazing. Again, and that's one thing I want people to understand. Just because you do the same thing as someone else does not mean that you cannot support them. I support so many magazine owners, because it's definitely a tribe. It's going to take that tribe and that village mentality to help us push each other. And it's truly about supporting. So I thank you for being willing to do the things that you do, and willing to stop by the platform, and be willing to allow me to be a part of your platform as well. So thank you for just being that willing so that you are.
Thank you so much, Miss Angela. Thank you to your viewers. And thank you. And I'm truly grateful for your platform. I'm grateful that, you've allowed me back here for the third time to talk about myself. I'm always thankful to you. And, I hope to do a follow-up interview with you personally, in a near issue. That's definitely something I hope to do with you.
Well, I'm always here. I'm always here. So whenever you need me here, and not only that, I definitely want to get you back and allow you the opportunity to keep us abreast of what you're doing and how you're impacting lives. Of course, I'm gonna be looking for new writers for the magazine coming up 2023. So if you're looking for another outlet, I'll say, girl.
Yes, I'm your girl. That would truly be amazing. If that is, yeah, I would definitely look forward to that for sure. Yeah, keep me posted on that.
Always,
I'll definitely help you any
always,
way I
always,
can. Thank you so
always, always.
much.
And I definitely look forward to the dinner. I look forward to that dinner. So definitely keep us
Yes, hopefully
updated.
spring. Yes, hopefully spring of next year, I can all bring you out, and we can celebrate each other, and I can definitely give my thanks to a lot of you in person, for giving me this opportunity and helping me grow this platform. I'm truly thankful to all of you.
Well, that is amazing. And if you do it around April 1st is my birthday. So I will be in the house.
Yes.
I definitely will be in the house. So yes, thank you for all that you do. Before we leave, do you like to leave with the listeners before we leave? And again, for coming out on today and sharing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't. The connection went out. Oh, I mentioned
Oh,
they can follow me.
if you wanted to share anything before we left.
Oh, okay. Well, like I said, you can follow me via Facebook for Raw Girls, and I really just want to say, no matter what platform you come from, no matter your background, creative background, writer, author, poet, uh, gymnast, whatever it is you do, whatever your life passion is, don't be afraid to put it out in the world. I feel we are our own worst enemy. We are our own worst critic, and all it takes is just putting out a word, or putting out a piece of paper with your thoughts and your dreams and your passions, and no one can basically stop you but you. As long as you believe in what you do and you believe in what you create, then you can evolve higher than what you have. And yeah, I encourage everyone to do what they love, and you never know where it'll end up.
Amen. Amen. I thank you for that, and thank you for stopping by. I pray that the rest of your afternoon is blessed, and
You as well,
we'll
Miss
see you.
Angela.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Have
you
a
so
great evening.
much.
Bye bye. I want to thank you guys for tuning in for another episode of Up Close and Personal with Angela on behalf of Aspiring Authors Magazine, as we highlight 120 around the world, giving you the opportunity to meet some of these amazing people. So if you've been blessed by something that has been shared on today, I want you to share this broadcast with someone in your circle of influence. Again, I am the queen of collaboration, author Angela Thomas. You can follow me on all major social media platforms. You can follow me on Linktree /Queen of Collaborations. Y'all, my whole desire is to educate, empower, and encourage through the L3 movement. And that's through learning, loving, and leading. Y'all, this is your girl, Queen of Collaborations. I love you. Be blessed. Guess what? Ain't nothing you can do about it. See y'all back here next week.